it's T-Man. I'm back again with a new video. It's on Wolf Coaching, bro. I am going to react to the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness slave, Wolf Coaching, and science slave, science fitness slave, whatever you want to call them, man. So I'm going to react to Wolf Coaching's video. Wolf Coaching says, was I wrong about the stretch? Yeah, you're wrong, dude.
The stretch is the most controversial topic in the fitness industry.
Oh my God, after I put out this thing about, eccentrics and stretching, all of a sudden everybody's talking about all over the internet now all of a sudden. The stretch is important. But that's not what they're talking about in eccentrics. There is a stretch in eccentrics, but that's not exactly what they're talking about, just stretching a muscle. Again, they're putting out fake information to fool you, thinking that you have to keep stretching your muscle. It's not you have to stretch your muscle, you have to damage it, not stretch it. But that is part of it, whatever.
Milo, the only two words I fucking know are lengthened partials, wolf.
Full range of motion.
Well, yeah, lengthened partials. You could call it that. That's the extended part when you initiate the lift with the concentric and then the eccentric follows, right? Goes down. See what I mean? But you can always start with an eccentric or start with a concentric exercise. So it's not like you can't do these things. You can do lots. It's very versatile bodybuilding. You could do a lot of things. You'd be surprised, man.
Matters most. Compared to partial reps, full ROM is superior across the board.
Today, I want to talk.
No. The most superior exercise is concentric. Science will tell you that everywhere. Eccentric exercises are superior to concentric in every way. But it's not that you don't use concentric, it just is superior for muscle growth, for strength and all that. Why is it superior when it comes to muscle growth? Because it damages muscle. Why is it superior when it comes to strength? Because you could do 100% of your rep max, whatever, your full rep max, okay, compared to fucking concentric. Shit, I got bounced there for a second. All right, let's play this video.
Most. Compared to partial reps, full ROM is superior across the board.
Today, I want to talk about stretch-mediated hypertrophy and why it's dumb.
Based on the research I conducted, I have been a huge advocate for lengthened training. However,
I don't fucking, man. Christ, this is funny.
Received a lot of criticism and backlash about my opinions and research on lengthened training.
Yeah. Okay. So how many years have you done this so-called stretch training? What happens when a muscle gets stretched? Think about it. He doesn't have any experience. What happens when it gets stretched a couple of times? It adapts, right? Okay, it adapts to these stretching exercises. What the fuck you doing there? And guess what happens? Nothing. You're just stretching it. And what? And what? And what? You're stretching it, yeah? How does that make it grow now? Just because you're just stretching it. There's no damage there. You're just stretching something. There's no damage. Okay. How's it going to grow? Which way is it going to grow? Up, down, linear? Which way is it going to fucking grow? And how does it grow exactly? You just stretch it and then you eat a bunch of protein and the proteins will end up on the stretch? Like, these people, they make no stretch. They make no fucking sense. Bro, muscles have to be damaged. When they have damage, they have micro damages. So they have these slots, get it? They're open sores. And then they remodel and they're bigger and stronger. They donate their nuclei to support further muscle growth because there's tension being put by some weight. So it has to get stronger. That's how it does it. It repairs, remodels, donates nuclei. It fucking activates the satellite cell to damage a bunch of stuff. But a stretch ain't gonna do fuck all if it's adapted, get it?
So, in this video, I'll respond to all of those. You'll get a response straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. This is going to be the resource
That looks like a horse's mouth to me.
to training in the stretch and lengthened partials.
Okay.
I'll be giving my recommendations on how to incorporate the stretch for maximum muscle growth at the end.
God, I fucking hate his voice. It's so fucking annoying, this guy. Christ.
And then you gotta put the length partial hypertrophy.
Christ, man.
of the video too. But why is the fitness industry
He is so fucking annoying, bro, and he's so dumb. The most educated people are the dumbest fucking people on the fucking planet, bro.
so interested in the stretch to begin with. My own
Right,
interest
there
in the
was
stretch
another. Oh,
arose
did you see that asshole? I did a video on that goof too, man. He's another asshole. That fucking whatever his name is. He was in that list over there.
during my PhD. The topic of my PhD was the effect of range of motion on muscle growth. Full disclosure, when I first started my PhD, I
His
fully
PhD was on range of motion. What? What the fuck is he talking about? Bro, there's only two things in bodybuilding. There's eccentric and concentric, okay? Okay, those are the initiating movements. Eccentric, concentric, we know that. Then they have these things called isometric, isokinetic, yada yada yada. They have a bunch of terminologies, but the main thing of lifting is eccentric and concentric lifting. Okay, dude? And then we have hypertrophy. We have myofibular and we have sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. We have two types of hypertrophy. One is artificial and one is based on myofibular growth. It's artificial, it's based on glycogen loading, and the other one is real. It's based on myofibrils, okay? Yeah, building real muscle, okay? It's based on a bunch of stuff there. And it could be based on hyperplasia as well in that hypertrophy with myofibular. Okay, whatever.
expected full range of motion to be best for building muscle. However, it turned out
Why is full range best for building muscle? I'm not saying you can't do full range to get the muscle to damage and then it'll come back bigger and stronger. It'll adapt. You can do that. But you know how you do it? You have to overwork the muscle. That's a lot of work. You have to overwork that muscle. Get it? And it can only happen once a week. Because when you get when you do get damaged, boy, brother, you can't move, man. There's all these symptoms. When in my community section, I listed there. There's all these fucking symptoms, bro. You're weakened and a bunch of stuff. Range of motion. You're dead. You're dead in the water. Okay. It's gotta grow, not recover. We're not runners. Okay. Bodybuilding is not a sport. It's not based on fucking performance or fucking endurance lifting. Get it, dude? What part do you not fucking understand?
I was wrong. In 2021, we conducted a meta-analysis on all the existing studies that manipulated range of motion during different exercises and measured muscle growth. On the whole, full range of motion seemed marginally better than partial range of motion.
No, that's not true. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I like both. But guess what? If I have some issues or problem, or I'm in a hurry to build something very quick, I'm going to move for eccentric. Why? Because I can handle heavier loads. And it's going to cause damage, and I'm going to come back bigger and stronger all the time. And it's going to happen very fast and very rapid. Get it? And I'll be able to handle heavier and heavier and heavier loads. The bigger I get, when I come back, the bigger I get, the stronger I get, the heavier the loads that my muscles can handle, because they can take on more force. The more myofibrils that you build, the more force they can take on. You understand me? That's what happens. So you get fucking super strong and you never get injured because you're super strong, bro. You're fucking, nobody can injure you. Nothing can injure you because you have muscle. It's like you're a tank.
When we simply dichotomized between the two. However, we took a novel approach. Instead of assuming all partial reps were created equal, we thought of the muscle lengths involved. When we compared partial range of motion at short muscle lengths to a full range of motion for
They're not the same because going up could be heavy, too heavy, and then you can't bring it down all the way because you're scared you might get injured because you're weak on the eccentric. And then you go relatively heavy, not really heavy, not light, and you can bring it up for a full concentric and you bring it down for an eccentric, but the problem is the load going down is too light. See what I mean? The load going up was relatively not heavy. It went up, but then it went down too light. See what I mean? See, but in an eccentric exercise, you could put max load on it, but you will never be able to do in the beginning. You'll never be able, that max load, if you start it off, you'll never be able to bring it up for a full concentric either. See what I mean? There's a difference too. So here, think about this. It's like this. If you throw the weight up, a really heavy weight to the top, and you try to bring it down for the eccentric, you most likely will not do that because you know it will tear the muscle off the bone. So you don't make it all the way down. You just keep repping it at the top. Okay. That's the same thing. People are trying to ego lift with heavy weight in the concentric. Okay, we're not trying to ego lift in the eccentric. Okay, we simply are lifting maximum load, initiating the concentric to initiate the lift. But we cannot make it for full concentric again because it's too heavy. Not that we're weak. It's just it's too heavy. We're just not there yet. We probably could, but we would have to use, we'd have to really drag it to the top. And for what reason? We don't need to do that. Get it? For show and tell? No. So you only need to bring it up for a partial rep, which you should only be able to do. Otherwise, it's too light. And then bring it down. I got bumped again. So yeah, there you go, man. You have it. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you?
When we compared partial range of motion,
Look at him. He's just like throwing this weight up and down, like tossing it up and down. There's nothing going on there in his arms. If you're just throwing a weight up and down, up and down, up and down, just like nothing, obviously it's moving like nothing, then there's nothing going on there.
at short muscle lengths to a full range of motion for hypertrophy, full range of motion did seem
Obviously, he's adapted to those weights. That's why he's able to lift them so easily up and down. So there's zero adaptations.
superior. However, when comparing partial range of motion at long muscle lengths to a full range of motion, partials actually seem to be superior.
Of course, they're superior because you could take on heavier loads in the eccentric. That's why it's superior, and it causes damage. It activates a satellite cell, creates more sarcomeres, myofibrils, a bunch of stuff. Muscles, bro, get it. That's why it's superior. Okay, man, it does a bunch of stuff. It turns old muscle into new muscle, recruits more new motor units. You create more new motor units. It does a bunch of stuff. Okay.
First, I was shook. This sent me down a deep rabbit hole. I read up
Why are you shook? Why did it send you down a deep rabbit hole? It's kind of obvious. It's obvious on your experience will tell you that. What's your experience? What kind of experience? Where'd you get your experience, huh?
on all the research I could find comparing shorter
Why? But why do you need research? Why can't you go on your experiences? Why don't you go out and find out, man? Huh? Why don't you fucking go out and get some fucking experience and then fucking come back? Go practice on fixing cars as a mechanic, because I'm not fucking hiring no mechanic like you that never fixed any fucking cars. Get it, dude? You need experience on every kind of car. I don't care the fuck you are.
to longer muscle length training. Lo and behold, the
Shorter muscle length training than longer muscle length. What longer? What longer, bro? That is long. It long at the bottom. It's dropping. What are you talking about?
finding that longer muscle length training builds more muscle than shorter muscle length training, all else being equal, was a very consistent
Okay, how does it build muscle? Please explain.
finding. Whether it was longer muscle length asymmetrics versus shorter muscle length asymmetrics, partials at longer muscle lengths versus partials at shorter muscle lengths, lengthened partials versus a full range of motion.
No. What are you talking about? If you're, but this is stupid. Okay, let me get this straight. So you think doing 20 pounds there, if you go partial rep with 20 pounds, there'll be more growth there if you do partial rep than a full rep than a medium rep? Doing the same weight, 20 pounds? You're fucked in the head, man. You're crazy.
Or shortened partials versus a full range of motion. Longer muscle length training just
Yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, so say you got 20 pounds there, okay. Yeah, you have to sit there and you have to do like 40 sets of 10 reps. Yeah, okay. I'll explain it to you. Yeah, I was thinking he was talking about doing the same rep scheme and whatever set. Okay, you want to eke out something with that 20 pounds? Then you're gonna have to overwork that muscle with that 20 pounds. But here's the thing, that's wasting time because now you have to do multiple sets to get that damage. You're gonna have to do like fucking thing keeps turning off.
versus a full range of motion.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking go do many sets, man. That's stupid. That's just retarded.
Longer muscle length training
When in fact, you can do maximal load and sometimes you can get away with as much as 3 sets. Maybe 4. I try to do 5. Maximum 5. 5 times like 10. And I mean maximal load to 100%. So yeah, I mean but then you can do heavier but less work. But if you do lighter, then you have to do more work. That's the problem. So now the duration is going to be much longer. That is the problem. That's why I got in my training, I got more sophisticated. See, I always understood about eccentrics. So what I did was, I knew that I would come in once a week. I would still do the full eccentric concentric because I wanted both. But I knew I had to overwork the muscle now because there wasn't enough load in the eccentric. But now if I come in now and I train because I'm in a hurry to catch up. I catch up with a lot of stuff. So now my focus is just eccentric lifting, get it? And maximal loads of 100% of whatever I'm lifting, get it? That's all. It's really simple. You can always take more loads on the eccentric than you can on the concentric, and that's what builds muscles, eccentric, okay?
Just seem to consistently cause more growth. Or, in a small number of cases, at worst, the same growth.
It consistently causes more growth, yes. But if it adapts, then you're going to have to do more of it. That's the problem. You'll always have to do more of it. You understand?
But that's exactly what I outlined in the discussion for our meta-analysis, which was eventually published in 2022. I started appearing on podcasts to communicate the research to practitioners. After all, the best research is worthless if it isn't being used in some regard. But before I do, let me tell you about how I've been having my creatine. I've been having these creatine gummies by Tasty Geek.
Again, creatine, it's to sell you crap because you're not building muscles. I don't want to know about
Growth
this.
in these studies, but it doesn't. Whether it's proximal or distal areas of muscle, the research consistently finds similar or greater muscle growth when focusing on the stretch. Therefore, lengthened training.
Yeah, of course they do if it gets damaged. If it gets damaged, not stretching it, if it gets damaged, then yeah, there'll be growth there. But if there's no damage in that stretch, forget it.
Seems to recruit just as many muscle fibers as a 4-range of motion does. Second,
Of course it does. It recruits type 2 muscle fibers, the eccentric. That's what its job is, to recruit the fast twitch muscle fibers. Full range of motion, though, is going to recruit type 1 and type 2, I believe. Yeah, that's the reason why I was doing it. I didn't find the growth was much more. It just got me better doing the concentric lifts. That's really basically kind of like why I was doing it at the same time, being good at both, trying to eke them both out. But here's the thing: what I discovered. If you do full eccentrics, full load, you get better at concentric right away automatically. It's a given. It's free. It gives it to you free.
the ability to track performance. One of the primary ways we can assess whether we are progressing, and therefore whether our current training, nutrition, and recovery protocols are working, is by our numbers in the gym. Are you able to lift more this training block than last? Are you stronger today than...
Yeah, I would. You could measure that. You'll know that when you come in. You listen to your senses. Get it? Come on, dude. It's kind of obvious.
a year ago? If so, there's a good chance you
Let's see what else he has, because this is boring.
some muscle. Bigger muscle stand guys. For machines, there's usually some sort of landmark and the brachialis. No other muscles
Yes, bigger muscles are stronger
can
muscles.
flex the elbow, whether you're doing a part is minimal. Combine this with the fact that you're likely doing 3 to 8 different matching would hold that your nervous system has been from papers about breathing and gait, aka walking.
I have no clue what he's talking about.
Notably, breathing and walking are neuromechanical
shirt
matching
on?
for hypertrophy. Let's use the glutes as an example. It's commonly said that the glutes are strongest
It's adapted. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. More
only
papers.
involved weeks and weeks of nearly non-stop stretch. These influencers
Stretch.
of longitudinal growth.
Stretch. Just damage a muscle fiber, okay? It's going to grow back bigger and stronger. I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I can't go through all this, bro. This is boring for me. This is just useless. His training is useless.
That's because you're only doing an extra 2 to
This is good. Why are you using your arms? Use your back and let it stretch. Let the weight stretch you back. Should be so far out that it's stretching you. I had to teach a guy in the gym. I was showing him this machine. You can pull it all the way out. He could barely grab onto the thing, so I pushed it for him. And then it was pulling his muscles. And he told me, hey, it's pulling on my muscles. I said, that's a good job. Now, allow your shoulder, your back area to squeeze the muscle backward. Do not move your arms. Keep them straight out. And he says, okay. And he started like pushing back on his back. and then he let the weight pull him forward. He pulled back a bit with his back and then let him pull forward. He said, holy shit, man, just the first 10 reps, he says, he feels it right away. He can feel it already in the muscle. There you go. That says a lot. I mean, you don't have to be a lifting gym slave, bro. You don't have to look pretty in the gym lifting. You just have to get results. And then when you come in every week, you're getting bigger and stronger than everybody else in the gym. And they're all looking at you going, what the fuck is he doing? Well, he's doing what you're not doing. Get it? Faking it to make it. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. I gotta go, man. This is bullshit. I don't know what else he has here. It's just more talking, gabbing. It's crap. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.